Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in this world. Welcome to the FIABCI New Era, New Vision online event. My name is Maria Silveira. I'm the Communications and Digital Marketing Officer at FIABCI, and I'm also today's moderator. Before I introduce our guest speakers, allow me to share some more information about FIABCI for those of you who are not so familiar with our organization. In short, FIABCI is the world's most representative non-political business networking organization for all professionals associated with the real estate industry, representing over 40 professions from architects to investors. Our mission is to provide our members with access and opportunities to exchange knowledge, share best practices, and conduct international business with each other. And we've been doing that for 70 years now. FIABCI was founded in 1951 in Paris, France, and is represented in over 70 countries through 47 national and multinational chapters. Today's session will focus, as the title already suggests, on this new era that we are entering following the COVID-19 pandemic and the new goals we have set towards a new vision for FIABCI. Taking into consideration, of course, the significant impact of the health crisis, not only on our organization, but on the industry as a whole. This year marks the launch of the new strategic plan 2021-2025, which was initiated by World President Jordi Ribó, who's with us today, with the support of President-elect Susan Greenfield, who will also be here today with us, and the Board of Directors. This great work behind the roadmap and the goals that we established dates back to last year when we conducted a global survey and when the world president himself held several individual meetings with the different committees to ask for their comments and feedback. So we are very, very proud to present a vision of FIABCI, the core goals and the main projects we've been working on, which include two major platforms that you will get to know in a little while. And today's panelists will take you through all of these points. The detailed strategic plan will be shared later on. The committee officers will be working on the different parts of the roadmap to finalize it and present it at the 70th FIABCI anniversary in January in Dubai. Without further ado, I am pleased to present our guest speakers and ex officio members of the Strategic Planning Committee, World President Jordi Ribó. Hello, President. President-elect Susan Greenfield. Hello. Finance Committee President, Dr. Yuki Su. And last but not least, Secretary General Narek Araklian. Welcome, everyone. Thank you very much for being here today. So let's get right into it. The starting point of this online event is the vision. And so I would like to give the floor to World President Jordi Ribó to speak a little bit about this topic. Hello again, President. Could you please elaborate on this FIABCI vision and in what we have, on which we have built this strategy on, and share with us what are the main principles, the main approaches?
Hello, Maria. Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. I hope everyone is in good health. So the vision is one of the most important organizational pillars. It's about the big picture and the unique direction of our organization. When we think about the roadmap for 2025, what we aspire FIABCI to become in the future, we look through the lens of the 6 approaches that you can see writing on your screen: global, dedicated, inclusive, sustainable, hybrid, and agile. The long-term success of FIABCI depends firstly on the global aspect. FIABCI is a worldwide organization present in 5 continents with members from 70 countries. We are an organization that thinks global and acts local. The geographical spot is reflected in the languages. We have 5 official languages: English, French, German, Spanish, and Japanese. And we communicate in such a way that language is never a barrier. As such, we will constantly strive for members to have access to valuable content in different languages. Also, within the global aspect, it's worth mentioning the importance of professions. At FIABCI, we cover 10 professions and 40 specializations, all directly or indirectly linked to the real estate. developers, investors, property and asset managers, architects, brokers, lawyers, appraisers, etc. We are committed not only to empower existing national associations per profession, but also to encourage regular dialogue between different professionals at local, regional, and international levels. We envision a dedicated organization. As part of this approach, we pledge to create a global alliance of professionals and establish progressive and purposeful goals to follow our mission. And to ensure we accomplish such goals, we will put forward pioneering and enterprising programs. Fostering an inclusive organization is another significant step of our vision for the future of FIABCI, namely in the involvement and engagement of all stakeholders, in the development of comprehensive and coherent activities and projects, and in the benefit of people worldwide. That is to say, it's our priority to embed in our organizational culture the acceptance of diversity and serve the real estate industry so as to benefit families, business owners, investors, employees, and students. For many years, FIABCI has been contributing to building sustainable future for one of the oldest businesses in the history of humankind. For example, through the cooperation with UN Habitat within the framework of the new Urban Agenda and Sustainable Development Goals. This strong commitment is a core vision for the next 4 years. We will continue to carry on outreach activities with our global partners, promoting the United Nations SDGs, and focus on an eco-environmental approach while taking into account the political situation on international, national, and local levels. One of the lessons that we learned from this pandemic was that while the digital transformation was greatly accelerated, it simply cannot replace human interaction. We have experienced this particular when it comes to events. The ideal scenario is therefore combining digital and traditional, and some way to diversify our approach and adopt an hybrid format to expand our reach as much as possible. This is also true when it comes to consolidation and delegation, and also at an international, national, and local levels. Last but not least important principle of the vision is agility. We favor a process of constant evolution in line with our fundamental values instead of static proceedings. A continuing process of developing versus all new normal. In other words, continuously evolving and adapting. Thus, we aim to take a proactive approach to identify and analyze best practices, as well as look at the organizational procedure flexibility to exchange, evolution, and achieve higher standards.
Thank you very much, President, for sharing with us your vision of FIABCI in the framework of the Strategic Plan 2021-2025. We will now hear from President-elect Susan Greenfield, who has been with FIABCI for over 40 years and is a veteran, and shares as well the DNA of our organization. And so my question to you, Susan, is, as a starting point for the next topic of the session, what are the core values that must inspire our mission as a whole?
Thank you, Maria. It's a pleasure to be here today. All FIABCI policies, including its core code of ethics, stem from our core values, which must therefore inspire all our actions and decisions, as well as provide a benchmark for everyone. They're a set of guiding principles that help us work better together and towards our common goal, to build better lives inside FIABCI and in our industry and for the planet. Integrity is the first core value I'd like to highlight as a fundamental belief, integrity in everything we do and say, and therefore earning and maintaining the trust and respect of the industry we represent. Next is the commitment to excellence in all spheres of our work and in our interactions with members, partners, and other real estate professionals. We also maintain a culture of innovation and development of our technologies and solutions, serving our industry. For example, by staying up to date with emerging trends and continuing to strive to evolve all these trends. Other important value is a focus on creating sustainable membership value through developing value-added products and services and projects, and soundly managing the organization for the benefit of our members, and of course, with our clients. And last but not least, we are a community of action, aiming to protect our members and global interests in the real estate industry worldwide. Of course, all these guiding principles are reflected in the transparency of our work, the effectiveness of our mission, the professionalism, and the transgenerational engagement, the principle of non-discrimination, among others, that are included in our code of ethics.
Thank you very much, Susan. Now the time has come to introduce to the FIABCI community the 5 main goals that were determined by the board of directors. And for that, I would like to give the floor to our Secretary General, Nara Karaklian, who will present the first goal.
Thank you so much, Maria. We are really delighted to introduce today the first goal, business and networking platform. And further to the decision of the board of directors, as you mentioned, Maria, in the context of the new strategic plan 2021-25, and after 1 year of intensive research and negotiations, FIABCI signed an agreement with Bundling, based in the Netherlands, to implement the business networking platform for all FIABCI members worldwide. Among the main goals of the app is to learn and share relevant information in a very user-friendly way. Now I will start sharing on the screen the app and introduce its main functionalities. First, I'd like to tell you that tomorrow you will receive an email with the necessary instruction how to download the app through iOS, Android systems, and or on your computer, as well as your personal credentials to log in, as you can see on the screen. So once you are logged in, please change the application icon and you will have a quick access to the brief presentation about the different functionalities of the application. Please note that all this information and this presentation will be available in your application setting along with your profile. Here we go. So let's start with the main menu where you have all the main functionalities available today. Let's start with the news, where we'll share all the information about our activities, about our chapters, as well as news about the industry in different countries worldwide. So you can check, read them. You have the possibility to share those news, to comment, and of course, to like it. Despite the news, you will receive also on a regular basis notification information about our activities, whether it's events of FIABCI International, our chapters or partners. You can have also access to the previous events. You can check for each event all the necessary information, Zoom links if it's about the webinars. You can check who are participating from FIABCI members and network with them. Of course, for the first time, this year, we're going to organize the General Assembly and elections through this application. So our members and delegates will receive their login details from Lumi Global on the 3rd of December to log in at 2 p.m. Paris time and follow the General Assembly in live. So you have access to the agenda. You have the possibility to address the reporters, posting your question inside the app. And of course, you can verify all the documents submitted to the General Assembly. And last but not least, you can cast your vote for the approval of the motions. And the bottom broadcast will give you the possibility to follow the General Assembly in a very user-friendly way. As for the General Assembly, the electronic elections also will be organized exclusively through the application. On 13th of November, you will receive your login details to connect and to cast your votes for different positions of our governing bodies. So please click on the person you would like to give your vote, or persons if they have several possibilities, and then submit your bulletin. Now let's speak about the networking. Of course, you will have through direct members access to all our direct members, including the national and multinational chapters. You can check for each chapter, have the full information about the chapter contact details, as you can see on the screen, address, emails, postal address. You can address the chapter leadership for any question or request you may have. And of course, you can check who are the members of that specific chapter. You can check their profiles and get all necessary information you may need. Here is a simple example for your pursuit. More your application is complete, more it will be easier for you to network. Of course, you will have access through the member profile to all the members. You can search any member by the name, first name, last name, professions, and it will develop the search functionalities. The example, let's search Susan Greenfield, our president-elect. You see all the information about Susan. You can introduce Susan to someone else. Let me introduce her to Giorgio Ribo, even if it doesn't make sense. You have possibility to send a message to Susan, which is all in compliance with the European legislation. And you can activate or deactivate the notification about the attendance. If Susan is attending any activity of FIABCI, you can send an email through the application. You can follow Susan's profile through LinkedIn, Facebook, and other social media. And you can have the full information about Susan with the position, profession, main business activities, and countries. And you can take some notes about Susan where you met, for example. Here you saw the connections. You have also the inbox of your correspondence with different members. And we have bulletin board to collect some qualitative information from you. You can give your inputs, for example, what kind of content you're expecting from us regarding the Congress in Paris, or some quantitative information from you regarding for example, for the Congress, how likely you are expecting to attend the Congress. So let's say very likely, and send your information to us. You see also another functionality, which is SkillMe, a skill sharing platform. We'll speak a little later, but this functionality will now put on standby before we finalize the agreement with our partner in France. One of the major functionalities is the chat, where we already created all the necessary chats for the council committees and the chapters. And the officers, members will be able to network and work together in a very smoothly way. Those chats will be moderated, administrated by the respective chapter and committee leadership. Library is another priority for us to share relevant information about our reports, example of our chapter reports per year, per chapter. You can download the information or display the information on a PDF file, as you can see the example of FIABCI Switzerland, FIABCI Swiss. Definitely you can share it. And you can also display the same report with some animations through YouTube channel, directly from the app. You will have access to all kinds of reports, annual thematic reports, example on affordable housing, Let's take the example of FIABCI Taiwan that shared last year an important report about affordable housing in Taiwan, or the city book. We have already the full information about FIABCI bylaws, statutes in English, in French, or in any other language that will be available. Our internal regulations, our code of ethics, our privacy policy, organic guidelines, like the officer guidelines you can see now on your screen. There will be also the minutes of the General Assembly per year, per session, and the minutes of our different administrative, regional, international division committees. Of course, through the application, you will have access to some general information available on our website, whether it's about the global projects, about FIABCI, about our mission, and of course, the governance of our governing members, where we regularly update information about the officers and the missions. Last but not least, of course, with the application, you can have full access to the formal and corporate social accounts on social media that you can follow to be aware about our latest news and activities. In the settings part, as I said in the beginning, you will have the brief demonstration. At any time, you can check the information and be more familiar with the application. You have a brief information about FIABCI that you can use in your daily business to introduce our organization. And of course, in the settings, you can modify your profile, upload a picture, change the information, add a short text about you, and don't forget to save at the end. It's up to you to decide the privacy rules, whether it's for the sharing your contact details or the notification. We would appreciate you to leave the news and different activities, bulletin boards available so you can receive all this necessary information. That's all about our application. Hope you like it. Please don't hesitate to share your comments in the chat. Now, what I would like to share briefly with you is some key points after the demonstration of the app to remember. First of all, this is an internal app, which means that only FIABCI active members can have access to it. The General Secretariat will send the login details to all of you tomorrow, November 4th. The app will be updated regularly and new functionalities will be created, including, for example, registration at the global events. We'll create chats for each event to facilitate communication between our delegates. And the FIABCI app is available for systems, iOS, Android, and also on the desktop of your computer. I would like to extend my gratitude to the board president who traveled to Amsterdam in July, despite the pandemic outbreak, in order to sign this important long-term agreement, as well as our appreciation to the president-elect and our principal member, NDM, for having introduced this amazing platform. Last but not least, I cannot forget to thank our team in Paris, in particular you, Maria, and the team of the bundling, who have done tremendous efforts to get the app ready today. I'm pleased to present goal number 2 of the strategic plan 2021-25, which is, as you can see on your screen, deployment of an inclusive education policy. The first program is the FIABCI designation, which will be an excellent opportunity for real estate professionals who look to be recognized through the industry, in addition to attaining a specialized knowledge. This credential will be available for about 100 participants per year who complete the co-branded online course delivered in partnership with Oxford University, as well as the on-site modules designed by FIABCI as part of the FIABCI Leadership Program. Along with the FIABCI designation, a certificate will be issued to each participant upon successful conclusion of the course. As part of the FIABCI designation, as I said, we have been working with Oxford University on a co-branded online course, Oxford Future of Real Estate Program, which lasts 6 weeks on an online format. And we are also conceptualizing the FIABCI Leadership Program based on 4 modules: leadership development, human resource management, global professional and ethical standards in partnership with the International Ethics Standards Coalition, and the FIABCI history. we have had the very constructive and successful negotiations with Oxford University and Saïd Business School. Currently, we are finalizing the partnership agreements with our global sponsors in order to launch this important program at the 17th anniversary of FIABCI in January 2022. We are happy to deploy similar programs with other universities and academic members in the future. And to finalize, we want to thank our Honorary Board President, Tony Grant, and the President of the International Organizations Committee, Dr. Mahmoud Al-Bourai, for their commitment and engagement in making the FIABCI designation a reality. The second point is the Advanced Exchange and Internship Program, through which we aim to facilitate the exchange of knowledge and experience between members and students. We also plan to further develop the scholarship program and make it more inclusive to reach even more students, therefore continuing to support the next generation of cross-border real estate professionals who have shown academic achievements, have clear international goals, financial need, and a history of community involvement. We like work on the promotion and accreditation of education programs designed for and by our principal members and academic members. And last but not least, I'm pleased to share with you a skill sharing program we currently have in the pipeline, do so in the application. SkillMe connects professionals who want to train, also called mentors, and those who want to be trained through the collaborative platform. It is a paid service, and the mentors are paid for the sessions they deliver through an all-in-one integrated video call platform with payment facilities, an interactive calendar, and the video call technology. Mentors will be selected exclusively from FIABCI members, representatives of principal members, and some special guests. Any person or organization, of course, can create an end-user profile and take advantage of this platform. Members will have certain privileges. The development of discussions involving this program are ongoing, and we are finalizing the agreement with SkillMe and testing the system. We will be ready to introduce this to the community very shortly. Thank you.
Thank you, Narek, for presenting these last two goals and also for the recognition earlier. We know a lot of work has been put into accomplishing this goal as well. And I think I speak for everyone when I say that we are very, very eager for our members to see the end result. Now it's my pleasure to invite Finance Committee President Dr. Yuki Su to say a few words about the strategic plan, in particular, goal number 3, as you see on the screen, the promotion of excellence and innovation. Dr. Yu, whenever you're ready.
Thank you, Maria. Hello, everybody from all over the world. As Maria has mentioned, goal number 3 refers to the promotions of excellence and innovations. Dear FIABCI members, FIABCI wants to continue engaging the World Prix d'Excellence Awards, whether by developing global sponsoring offers for potential partners or identify and negotiate with potential media partners, or even by preparing global marketing campaigns to promote the awards worldwide. We also want to keep developing the Oscar of real estate on the national and regional levels. Some of our chapters have already had successful national program, and other chapters have recently launched their own national Prix d'Excellence, such as FIABCI Italia. Congratulations. All are planning to do so in the near future, like FIABCI Georgia and FIABCI Central Asia. We encourage all other chapters to follow this example and consider starting their own award program. Dear members, on another news, since over a year, we have been negotiating with architect Jack Rogeri to create a partnership with his foundations, Space and Sea Generations, which was created in year 2009 and placed under the honorary presidency of Prince Albert II of Monaco. For those of you who are not familiar with his work, he is a visionary, internationally renowned architect who is passionate about the sea. For over 30 years, he has based his research on bionic and biomimetic architecture, taking into account the principles of sustainable development, and his visions of the future and interests in new technologies allowed him to propose a better integrations of the habitat in its natural environment, particularly the seaside. This award is composed of 3 categories that are complementary with our World Bricks. The initial projects are not complete when in comparison with our own awards, but mostly based on ideas by young architects, which will allow us to diversify our organizations by incorporating both architects and young professionals worldwide. Dear members, we are happy to announce that the 2022 Jacques Rogeri International Architecture Competition ceremony will take place during the FIABCI Leadership Summit in the city of Kaohsiung, Taiwan. We welcome all members to attend. Thank you, Maria.
Thank you, Dr. Yu. Very exciting news indeed you just shared with us in the FIABCI community. I'm sure these initiatives will bring an added value, as one of our members already wrote on the chat, to our organization. We have 2 more goals left to introduce to you. Let us now welcome back our President-elect, Susan Greenfield. What changes, Susan, if any, do you foresee in terms of our global events?
Well, I'd like to talk a little bit about our goal number 4, which focuses on world-class and multi-formatted global events. We want to continue developing the World Real Estate Congress. Many of us missed it these last years, and we're looking forward to Paris in 2022. So that will become a reference for global real estate professionals and speakers. As for the Leadership Summit, we'll feature customized training and brainstorming sessions available to FIABCI officers. This is important for succession planning, particularly important when we think about success planning for the next generation, planning for our future and thinking ahead for the next generation and our future leaders. Moving to MIPIM, we've been working closely with our global partner, RX France, to enlarge the partnership scope and change the format of our participation at MIPIM, MIPIM Asia, and Propel New York City, which is coming up in December. Finally, when it comes to online events, we look to continue organizing international thematic webinars in different languages, in addition to English, to stay connected with a larger number of real estate professionals in line with our principle of a more agile organization, as mentioned earlier by our world president. Following these events, we're considering initiating a publication of brief reports and articles, for example, based on presentations made by leading speakers in national and international FIABCI webinars.
Thank you, Susan. I've seen already a couple of questions. Keep them coming. We will have a Q&A session at the end of the online event. As for the 5th and last goal of the roadmap that lays the groundwork for achieving FIABCI's vision, it's my pleasure to call again World President Jordi Ribo. The floor is yours, President. I think you're muted.
Sorry, Maria. Thank you very much. I was listening very carefully what the other says that, so that's why I was unmuted. The 5th and the final goal of the Strategic Plan 2021-2025 concerns the development of the global real estate consultancy for the public and private sector. Within this goal, we focus on the expertise in real estate and urban development and policy implementation for local and national authorities, establishing a strong relationship with international organizations and institutions, such as United Nations, UN Habitat, World Bank, among the others, providing more opportunities for the real estate industry and FIABCI members. a global publication on competitiveness available in several languages, an annual review with involvement of national associations and available in several languages.
Thank you, President. So now we've been through the 5 main goals, our vertical missions, let's call them like this. We wanted to share with you some additional missions that we are currently working on and which Dr. Yuki Su will kindly elaborate on, if that's okay.
Yeah, thank you, Maria. As Maria just mentioned, ladies and gentlemen, in addition to the 5 goals we just elaborate on, in the context of the Strategic Plan 2021-2025, we also wanted to share with you other missions currently in the pipeline. A group of strategic planning committee officers will be working under the leadership of our world presidents on the evaluations of our governance system to adapt to the current circumstances and roadmap for 2025, including how to reinforce the democratic procedure and institutions of our organizations, the bylaws, a sustainable financial plan for the next 4 years, as well as an inclusive monitoring and reporting systems. With regards to the brand refresh, we decided to update of the design of our current logo. We aim to ensure a slight evolution of our trademarks, as it has been done several times in the past. This work has been carried out in partnership with FIABCI member and global partner Marco Martini. We spoke about a new era, new visions, and we are preparing a new website since earlier of this year to be aligned with our strategy and our goals. The artwork is almost finalized and the implementation is set to be started very soon. We are aiming to introduce the final product at the celebrations of the 70th anniversary of FIABCI. The event will take place from 25th to 28th January 2022 in Dubai, Emirates. The event will be organized by FIABCI member. We welcome the members to attend. That's all, Maria. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Yu, very much. And thank you as well to our guest speakers and ex officio members of the Strategic Planning Committee for this wonderful presentation. Now we would like to hear from you, our audience. So we arrived at the Q&A part of this event. I see some questions already in the chat, others in the Q&A button below. Thank you for your valuable and very positive feedback all around and comments. Before I read these questions though, and I hope that's okay, because I think that's of interest to our members and users of the FIABCI app, I would like to ask a question, which is, will the FIABCI app be available in other languages or English only?
I'll take that one. The app tomorrow will be launched only in English, but the idea is to implement new languages as soon as we can. So this app needs to follow the principles of FIABCI to communicate with different languages. But before to say that, I know that we are talking about the strategic plan, and you see here all the faces of Susan, Narek, Yuki Su, and the staff, Maria, Alessandra, but I want to thank as well to all the board members to believe on that idea and to go ahead for that. I think it's a teamwork for all of us, and we have a lot of challenges and opportunities for the future. So thank you, Maria.
Thank you, President, for your answer and the lovely words. Okay, let's get right into the questions from the audience. Okay, from Fons, Van de Voort. I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly. This looks great. Seeing the fact of documents shared in the app and the more practicality to read such on a bigger screen, will there be a desktop app?
Let me answer to that question, Maria, if you allow me. So as I mentioned during the presentation, I don't know if the question was before or after, but it's a good question and I want to clarify again. The application is available in iOS and Android system, as well as you can download it on your computer, whether the system is. So, and you don't need only to download on your app, on your phones, on your smartphones, but you can also download both on your telephone and on your computer without any troubles. You will receive the instructions with the QR codes and links to download the app with the option you prefer is suitable for you. And then you can log in and get familiar with the application. And of course, wherever you need a question, we are here to assist and help you.
Thank you, Narek. Okay, next question is, will there be a broadcast email available in this application? From Dagmar Sands, sorry.
Could we ask to clarify what means the broadcast email?
Sure. Dagmar Sands, if you are listening to this, could you please reply via the chat? Maybe in the meantime, we go to the next question. Will there be a guest login read-only mode for new potential members?
Again, as I said in the beginning, it's a priority for us to create this networking and exchange platform for our members. Once someone becomes a member of FIABCI, they will have access. And I remind the chapter leadership, where I'm sure present at this session, that they need to add the new members and all the members in the dashboard of the website, FIABCI International, so we can automatically activate them and give them access to the application. It's not replacing the website, it's an additional tool for our community. And I see Susan would like to add.
This tool is a tool for recruiting. If you allow outsiders to participate, it really diminishes the value for the FIABCI members. It's a reason to be engaged, to stay engaged, to be a member, to pay your dues, and to continue to renew membership, because it's our place, our platform, just for FIABCI members. So I don't see any necessity to open this up. You have a wonderful website that people can log into and see other information about FIABCI, but this is our communication platform.
Thank you, Susan. Unless Narek, you want to say something else, Dagmar Sands has replied. So I will reformulate the questions. Will there be broadcast email available in this application? So before we could send emails to all the members of a chapter promoting our listings. Is it possible?
I understand the question. I want to specify that this is not for a specific platform for sharing listings. Of course, it's a general platform for all the professions. We have 10 professions and over 40 specializations, and we want all of them to network and dialogue with each other, to do business with each other. We are the business-oriented organization and dedicated to our membership. Within their functionalities, they will find in the app, including the email to the member or a chat to a member. Of course, they can offer their listings. I just recommend not to spam too much, because otherwise, as you see, each member has the possibility to decide and define the functionalities and the privacy. So we risk to be blocked or to be stopped for the notification. So of course, share your listings, share your projects, share your properties, share your services, but let's do it in a professional and more inclusive way.
Thank you, Narek. You also have a question from Katarina Plupchuk. How and when can we download the app? Which I believe we have already
yeah, 4th of November, tomorrow, they will receive an email from General Secretariat, individual emails with their individual credentials and all the instructions how to download the app as per their choice. And even later, if they have any troubles, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. We are here to assist you.
Thank you. Another question. From Erica Solomon, will this presentation be shared with the local councils? I believe if the recording will be available, I'm guessing that's the question.
Yes, it will be.
Thank you, President. Marsha Collins-Ross, same login for international site for ease of use. Susan, you would like to say something?
For?
I'm guessing Marsha's asking if we can have the same login for international site for the international website for ease of use.
For the privacy policy reasons, and you know that we are very committed to respect of regulation and the new regulation in Europe specifically, we have to follow some guidelines, and that's the reason why for the application people will receive a separate login details, and they don't need to log in every time. Once you log in the first time, it remains available, the application. You receive automatic notifications, and once you connect again to the app, it's almost login. And there will be separate login details for each election and general assemblies, and also some login details for other technologies like Skidney or other services. Thank you.
Thank you, Narek. From Matza Dubois, regarding privacy, is there a way to provide minimal visibility, meaning don't share my credentials, but yet the world can see I am a member?
Definitely, as I said, in the privacy side settings, in your profile, you can decide what kind of information you want to share and how you want to share.
Thank you, Narek. From Eric Nordem, I use bundling already, but can I have 2 accounts in the same app?
Definitely. I'm not sure that the bundling app they have is for FIABCI. So there are over 100 of bundling applications, and we can all use together. When you download, you will see for those who have already the application, they can simply add one more app inside that same application and have the account of FIABCI.
Thank you, Narek. From Property Georgia. First, thanks for an amazing program, platforms and news. Thank you very much. Congratulations to FIABCI. This is really a new era. My question is, if the platform offers B2B matchmaking tool, which I believe we have already.
Yeah, that was with the connections. There is a possibility to connect with people, not only to network, but on a regular basis, but to create connections, and then also to introduce some members to other members.
Thank you, Narek. From Erica Solomon, will the member directory be categorized by profession or have the ability to search, sort?
You mean the directory inside the application, yes?
I believe, from my understanding, Erica, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that, yes, that's.
Okay, I'll use that question to
yes,
to also specify regarding our printed directory. So first, regarding that question, there is a search functionality inside the application, which allows to find people through the names and some information. And we are now, as you know, Maria, we're working with the bundling to add some new functionalities for making an advanced search. So the possibility of filtering members through different criteria, not only the name, but also the chapter, the profession, and so on. So it will be available very soon. And for the directory, I use this occasion to say that, as the board president mentioned in the beginning, the answer was in the vision, and this application doesn't come to replace the printed directory, but our vision is to have a hybrid approach, which means digital and traditional. But of course, we are also committed to the sustainable development, which means that we will ask our members to decide whether they want to receive a hard copy of the directory, or they prefer to have them only the digital format through the application. This will reduce our cost. This will reduce our negative impact to the environment.
Thank you, Narek. Well, we're very close to the end of the online event, but I think we still have time for one or two more questions. So Holly Himmelman asks, kindly elaborate further about the FIABCI designation and how one would apply to participate in the online program. Merci.
May I ask you to repeat the question? Sorry, Maria.
Sure. Kindly elaborate further about the FIABCI designation and how one could apply to participate in the online program.
Once officially the program will be launched, we hope that it will be during the 17th anniversary in Dubai that FIABCI International is organizing, and all the details will be circulated so that our members can be fully aware about this program, including the conditions. As of today, there is no any official launching. We just introduced the program, and our members, of course, will have the possibility to register once it's launched and to participate in the program and get the designations. I don't just want to give more information until we have the official launch.
Of course. Peter Leon asks, congrats to all. Once launched, will there be a short how-to video on the FIABCI app?
You mean the video of this presentation?
A video, I guess, of how to use the application.
Of course, there is inside the application, once you log in, there is a short brief demonstration, as I said, always available. And of course, there was also a question the president confirmed. This presentation will be fully available to all our members through the social media very shortly. Within 24 hours, we'll make it available so you can display. Those who could not participate today, they will have also access to this information.
Go ahead, Susan.
I think the question was, will there be a demonstration specifically for our app? And I think the answer is that when we launch it tomorrow, that there will be instructions and a demonstration, correct? Me if I'm wrong, Narek.
There are instructions inside the email communication that will be circulated. There is a brief presentation inside the application. And of course, during this presentation, as you could see, we spoke about the main functionalities, how it works, and that is why I said that the presentation will be available so people can go through again and watch again and see how it works. And I want to ensure one more time that any member wishing to have more information about the application, how it works, having some difficulties, troubles, please just don't hesitate to send a short email, and we'll organize a demonstration individually or through the chapters to facilitate the involvement and use of this application.
Thank you, Narek. Well, we're getting very, very close to the end. I guess one last question, and then we wrap up. From Vanessa de Souza. Hi, if this app is connected to our website, then can we have access to a selective search? Regards, Vanessa de Souza.
I don't see the reason to connect the app to the website. I think in the future, maybe Vanessa could explain us. And of course, for any functionalities which is not available or was not presented today, as I said, there is an open question to give your input, what kind of functionalities, what kind of information you would like to see inside the app, and we'll do our best to, on a regular basis, add new functionalities and features for you. The app is separate from the website. We will keep the website, we will have a new website, and we have also the application.
Okay, perhaps one last question, because this has come up a couple of times. From Fons van der Voort, it's already explained about contact functionalities and in introducing each other, etc. To let the network really work for work, will there be a referral tool built in the app in which we can pass referrals to members, in which case both parties have these things clearly registered.
It's a very specific question. Please, Susan, if you want.
Well, if you have a referral you want to keep track of, you should refer through leading real estate companies of the world. We have that function with leading RE. They are a principal member, and you send your referral through, and they keep track of it and ensure that you get paid. This is not a referral network. This is a networking platform for us to communicate with each other. And to answer Dagmar specifically, if I have a special property that I want to share, I'll designate sending it to 1 or 2 people who I think would benefit from seeing it. And that will be possible, but this is not a listing tool either. It's not a multiple listing system. It is a networking platform. That's what it is.
Thank you, Susan. Okay, just one more question, and then we can wrap up. From Arthur Ohanesian, I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing this correctly. In your organization, the question of promoting the creation of local MLSs under the auspices of the FIABCI chapters has been raised several times. Has this priority remained in the 2025 strategy for brokers?
I'll get that one. Thank you, Arthur, for the question. We identify a lot of MLS worldwide. I think it's not the duty of FIABCI to get on competition with our principal members for the MLS and other companies. I think our efforts will be on network between our members and explain who we are. For the plan, it's not a priority to have an MLS for brokers worldwide. We have looked on that, and we know that there is a lot of tools that people can use, and I think that FIABCI doesn't need to get into that. Thank you.
Thank you, President. Okay, so that's all the time we have now. Thank you again to our guest speakers and ex officio members of the Strategic Planning Committee for sharing this wonderful presentation with us today. I think I speak for everyone when I say that these are very exciting initiatives and very exciting times to be a part of FIABCI. And for my part, we wish nothing more but success for the next years to come. Thank you, as always, to our great audience for attending, for sharing positive feedback, and asking so many questions, and for your interest and sharing the enthusiasm. All in all, I just want to finish by saying again, tomorrow you will receive the login details for the app. We hope you enjoy it and find it as useful as we do in our communication activities. And last but not least, feel free to share your feedback with us via the bulletin board that you will find on the app. And enjoy the rest of your week. Stay safe, stay well, and we hope to see you again all very, very soon. Goodbye, everyone.